Welcome back to MTN Live in the Mountains. Well, now on the couch with us, we have Billy Jones. He's the head baseball coach over at Appalachian State University. Thanks for coming on and speaking with me, Coach Jones.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so this is your first year at Appalachian State University. I want to talk to you a little bit about the move from Stillwater, Oklahoma, and Oklahoma State here to Appalachian State. What all went into that, too? That's a pretty big move there.
No, it is a big move. You know, I've had options before to do it, and it basically came down to relationships. You know, I've known Charlie Cobb for 12, 13 years, yep. So, you know, when it was his calling him, it was a little bit easier because it's like a friend calling. So.
Yeah.
And then when I came here, and when I was in NC State, I had never been to App State. So when I came here, I was pleasantly surprised, you know, with the facilities and everything they had and the way the people, you know, gravitated towards you. It was a lot of fun, and I enjoyed it.
Right. You were at North Carolina State around, what, 2002,
yeah,
2003, 2004, I guess? Right,
yeah, it was 01 to 04.
01 to 04, okay,
yeah.
Yeah, you guys have been all over, I guess. I was talking to Ryder Jones not too long ago, your son. He's a baseball player at Watauga High School, too. How was that with him, too? I mean, you know, moving the kids around him and Utah all around the country. I mean, you guys have been all the way up from Seattle to, well, I guess here, really. So, I mean, a lot of traveling. Is that tough?
Yeah, it is. I mean, it was easier when the kids were younger. I mean, obviously, the move from Oklahoma State here to App State, they had lived in Oklahoma for 8 years, and 8 years of a formidable part of their life. So it was big, you know, especially with Ryder being a senior and his baseball he has going, and Utah obviously being in high school as well. That was tough, but it was never a question of, well, I'll stay, you go. It was, you know, all about family. We're going to do this together, and it was tough at first, real tough, you know. But I think they've adapted pretty well.
Right. Well, let's talk too a little bit about your playing career as well. Let's talk a little bit about that. When did you get started playing baseball, and how'd you go through the ranks? You
know, I played high school baseball. I played football, wrestled. Football was probably my #1 sport, but baseball just kept grabbing me.
Right.
I was not offered a scholarship out of high school. I had to walk on into junior college.
Okay.
And then earned a scholarship, and then, you know, got a Division I scholarship after that. So.
How were you able to do that?
Hard work. I was not nearly talented as my boys are, you know, so I just kind of persevered and kept going.
And you played shortstop, is that correct?
Yeah, I played shortstop.
Man, where'd you end up eventually playing at that?
At Texas State.
Texas State,
yeah.
Okay. Now, did you get a shot in the minors maybe?
No, well, I played in Mexico for about 3 weeks and then was told I wasn't good enough, so after that was it.
Well, how did you get into coaching there from that point?
You know, that's probably it, because it wasn't good enough, so the coaching kind of took off. Actually, what I did was I was working in the furniture business, and I was a delivery boy, and my mom asked me to do a favor and coach what she said was a really good baseball team. Well, it was a rec team. You know, everybody signed up at 7-Eleven, and so that was the first team I ever coached.
Started with a rec team?
A rec team, yeah. And
what's the age range here?
We were 7 to 9 years old.
Okay.
And I think we won 1 game. But after that, it just kind of escalated to, you know, helping out, coaching a couple other teams, and then I ended up getting on with some people that really wanted to do it for real and play some AAU baseball, and we had actually came out to Charlotte, North Carolina, and placed second in the Junior Olympics. And then after that, a guy approached me about coaching junior college ball, and kind of snowballed from there.
Just kind of worked your way up through the ranks there?
Yeah,
yeah. Wow. And you've been a head coach at a bunch of different universities as well.
Well, I was a head coach at Green Mirror Community College,
right, okay.
You know, and then after that, I made the trek to the Division I, which was I had to volunteer at Oregon State, then got a paid job at Arizona State, and then NC State.
Right, you were an assistant at NC State, right?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, and then Oklahoma State, now here.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, journey.
Yeah. Well, too, also with the journey, you know, taking, you know, Ryder and Utah. Ryder just being a senior here, coming in for 1 year at Watauga. Have you talked to him? Is it tough for him? I mean, it seems like he's actually made some pretty good friends here now and adapted pretty well.
It was tough early,
okay.
You know, because school started so fast. I mean, we had to pick up and go. I mean, I think they started school August 8th. So,
right.
It was tough. You know, it was tough. The beauty of the deal was that they had baseball, and that was normal to them. You know, it was familiar, so they could be at the field. And I think Utah made some more friends early because he played basketball. And I think once baseball clicked for Ryder, I think it was more embracing for him.
Right.
You know, but tough.
Right. Got to hang around the guys a little bit more and then gain some friendships. Right.
Yeah.
And I guess it's probably a little bit easier for Utah too. He's a little bit younger.
Yeah.
And so I want to talk too about, you know, Ryder now going on full. I guess he's got a scholarship to Stanford right now.
Yes.
That's what he's looking at. But might get picked up in the MLB draft somewhere. Have you talked to him about making a decision?
Yeah, I've talked to him several times about it. not so much where you go in the draft or the amount of money you're offered, but more the path. You know, pick your path. What is your path going to be? Is it going to be 3 years in school, or is it going to be, you know, trying to make the big leagues in 3 years? You know, and that's a tough decision for an 18-year-old kid. But he is fortunate enough that he's been around enough people and talked to enough people that he understands both sides. So now it's just picking what's right for him.
Right. Well, it doesn't seem like you've had any trouble with him getting to Stanford. It sounds like you've done a great job at raising your boys.
Well, they do good, and from an early age, and my wife needs a lot of credit too, because obviously in my game I'm gone all the time. You know, school came first, and you always had to take care of your schooling, and he worked hard to be able to get into Stanford, and we're proud of him for that.
Right. Well, we know Appalachian State had a great record last year in baseball as well. Was it tough for you to kind of come in and step in those shoes?
Well, yeah. I mean, everybody told me I was crazy to take this job. You know, they had their best year in the history of the program.
Right. Yeah.
But I love that challenge. You know, and it's a new group. You know, they had a special group last year. What they accomplished was incredible, but a lot of those guys are not here. You know, so you have guys that have to take different roles and new guys that have to play, and we'll get back to that point.
Well, I think you kind of silenced the critics in Game 1 of the season when you guys knocked off North Carolina State.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
I guess they were ranked in the top 5 at the time, I believe.
Yeah, I think they were, you know, 5 or 6, something like that.
Or something, yeah. Go down to Raleigh and knock them off is pretty big. So right now you guys are coming in with a 27-20 record and 12-12 in the Socon. And how are you guys feeling about your baseball team right now?
We feel pretty good about it. You know, we did a pretty good job this weekend going out and beating Gonzaga 2 out of 3. And, you know, they obviously won the West Coast Conference Championship. And last night we kind of stubbed our toe a little bit. We played Carolina tough, but I mean they're 46-6 for a reason.
Yeah, they're the number 2 team in the country, I believe, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and we had some opportunities, but they can really pitch, and you know, we just tip our cap. You know, we did everything we could.
2-0 win for them, right? You guys hung right in there with North Carolina, and a lot of people see them as maybe the best team in baseball right now.
Yeah, and I thought Jeffrey Springs and Tyler Moore did a great job on the mound and kept us in the game, and we had a few chances, and they made the right pitch at the right time.
Right, you got some great players in there as well. Will Cowie's in a 22-game hitting streak. The school record's 27. You think he's going to get to it?
You know, it's awesome to see because, you know, if you follow us, he got off to such a slow start. You know, he was hitting under 200 at one point.
Wow. And
to do what he's done and turn it around is a credit to his work. You know, he never changed. He always kept working. He never got a bad attitude. So, I mean, good things happen.
We had a huge season last year, too. Do you think that was any part of it, trying to live up to those expectations from last year?
Sure, and I think once he put that behind him, the expectation level, being a preseason All-American, being preseason maybe player of the year, I think once he got rid of that stuff and just concentrated on having fun and playing baseball, his season kind of turned around.
You guys wrap up the regular season this weekend with 3-game series versus Socon regular season champ Western Carolina.
Yeah.
And you guys are actually starting 6:30 on Thursday.
Yeah.
You guys ready for that one?
Yeah, we are. We're looking forward to it.
Well, I know Western Carolina's a real good baseball team. Any hints you might want to throw out on a game plan of facing them?
Well, we're just going to play all 9 innings like we do all the time. I mean, Bobby Miranda, I've known him forever when he was at Georgia Tech and I was at NC State, so we have a relationship. He's the one that clued me in that this is a heated rivalry, and I said, okay, then I'll make it heated. You know?
Well, it sounds good. Sounds good. I know the Socon Tournament's also coming up as well. How you guys feel about your chances in that?
Well, we feel good. We know we're in the position now that we need to have a good weekend this weekend, and then we need to make a run in that tournament and win the tournament, you know, to get to postseason. And our guys are well aware of it. We've talked about it. We know what we have to do. Now it's just going out and playing the game.
Is that the only way you guys think you can make postseason?
I think so.
Is by winning the tournament?
Yeah, I think we need to win the tournament.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there what is the biggest improvement you want to see your baseball team make heading into the Socon tournament?
Just continue to do the little things right. You know what I mean? For example, last night we didn't do a few little things right. Get a bunt down here and there, and advance on a ball in the dirt, stuff like that. But just play the game the right way. And if we pitch, we'll have a chance.
All right. Well, Coach Jones, I appreciate you coming on and speaking with me today. It's a lot of fun. We do wish you guys the best of luck starting this little 3-game series with Western and then into the tournament as well.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate you having me.
We'll be back in a minute with more MTN Channel 18.